Welcome to Little Birdie Election 2022. They all suck, so let's make a buck. I've got my man Top Rope Tedeschi joining me. He's going to steer the ship. We're going to do a punters club. $50 minimum buy-in, $1,000 if you want to just sit back and let us absolutely tear the bookmakers apart. But Top Rope, welcome.
What a treat. Scooty and Top Rope making the unbearable bearable again. Here we go. It's if you look at federal politics as a way of life, as something of deep importance, well, then this is probably not the place for you. If you want to view this as a sporting contest to be bet on, this is 100% the place to be. This is going to be one of the great punt fests. You think of the best punting nights of your life. You think of Super Bowl day. You think of Brownlow night. You think of the NRL Nines when they're on. Scrap all that. Election night is the best election. Is the best gambling night of the year. I'll tell you a story a few years ago. A mate of mine, I said, we're having an election party at our place. Little bit of a miscommunication there, Scoot. He rocks up with his glamour of a girlfriend. She's doled to the nines, ready to party on, and there's four blokes of us there with laptops and spreadsheets there, looking at swings in key seats to see which bets we'd won. So that's my view of a good time anyway, Scoot.
It's a smorgasbord for punters. There's 151 seats. There's action everywhere. Top Sport are going to have the markets up over the next couple of days. We're going to keep the bank open so you can buy in until next Tuesday at about midday. We'll close it off on the 26th of April, but you can buy a share, as we said, and Top Rope's going to steer the ship. Top Rope, this is your first rodeo. Portland Bet is where you cut your teeth, and you lay claim to opening up the politics betting on every seat for the first ever time. That was your little dirty work as a bookie.
Yeah, absolutely. I was on the wrong side of the ledger there, but Portland Bet, the long-forgotten Portland Bet, didn't last long, but well, you know me, Scooty. We've been around the traps for quite a while here, so Portland Bet, we were the first bookie in Australia to open betting on all 150 seats. Was met with a good deal of controversy. We were actually supported by a then lecturer, now a current MP, Dr. Andrew Lee of the ACT. He was in there helping us price the markets up. So he's a good thing. They'll be betting $1 on him to be returned. But we started back then. Got plenty of interest. There's plenty of we're on the verge of kind of the social media rampage, but there were plenty of good blogs at the time. Got plenty of newspaper action. And as we say, it's just exploded, just absolutely exploded since. And all the major bookies now betting on every seat. There's plenty of props and plenty to pick and choose from. And we're here to pick the eyes out of it all.
And you'll have a little silent sort of co-host. It's Mr. X, we'll call him. It's not Darryl Maguire, but this person did date an MP. So he used to have a bit of a fling with someone on the inside, and we have to suppress their identity for this punters club, but they're going to feed us the inside running. They've got a top job in the corporate landscape, and I think they'd probably do their dash if they were connected to this punters club or the syndicate that we're trying to assemble here. So you'll be taking some advice from this person. It's not Antony Green. It's not the Kouk. It could be a list of many people, but we've definitely got the inside running here, and hopefully we can turn a big buck. I'm tipping it's put some of your kids through school. It's an absolute bonanza, some of these obscure events. I think of the Olympics. I think of the Beijing Olympics. You tore them apart there. Bookmakers just don't have much of an idea of how to price these markets. It's a guessing game. The markets push and pull, and they're probably about right by the time that you get to the 19th, the 20th, the 21st of May. But for these next couple of weeks, they're going to be soft as butter. You're going to cut through this like a hot knife, aren't you?
Yeah, but that's absolutely right. The problem with a lot of these markets is, on a footy game, take for example, Monday we saw Parramatta jump $1.06 against the West Tigers. Well, footy game's 80 minutes. Things can happen on a footy field. Yeah, with election betting, you're often betting 120 years of history, unchanged, for the most part, demographics, all that kind of thing. And they might be betting $1.06. Well, that $1.06 can be plenty of value because it probably should be a money back situation there. So plenty of value we found. Just some kind of heads up. The real value will be found in that kind of $1.10 to $1.50 range. That is where we're going to pick the eyes out of them. There is, we certainly will find some ones at good prices or eyes on a couple of independents in country independents in Victoria. So I think there could be a bit opening up there. But the election betting is absolutely one of the great betting events because you can just pick the eyes out of it across the board. There's some big variation in prices. There's some very, very wrong prices, very stale prices. And one of the great things, you've worked on the inside, Scoot, and I've worked on the inside. These bookies, they love a feed. They love just getting the prices fed through to them. Well, guess what? On election day, there's no feed. They're on their Pat Malone here. They're on the 12. If they're not quick enough, bang, we got them. So it's great fun, and looking forward to not only the Punters Club, but we're kind of sharing the experience with all those who join as well. So it should be plenty of fun.
There's going to be plenty of banners, so make sure you head into our Discord chat if you sign up, and we'll have a separate little section where we're talking politics only. So Top Rope will be in there, I'll be in there, some other guys on the show will be talking racing in other channels, so make sure you jump into the Discord chat. Now, Top Rope, I know you're a thorough man. You got records dating back 10 years, which is just crazy. You've got price history across all the different seats. So we're going into battle with someone that's ready to roll. And just interestingly, on, I guess, the major market, we're probably not going to bet into that. I wouldn't have thought the market's already shifted there. Labor $1.33 out to 180 with Top Sport. And now you've got the coalition into even money. How do you see the election in a broad term? There's a lot of people undecided, sitting on the fence. There's a lot of people saying that the independents are going to run riot. How do you see the election going for the major market? Not that we're going to really tip the whole bank into either party. That's definitely not what this Punters Club's about. We're going to pick off around the edges and snipe. But how do you see the main market?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like Labor, for mine kind of 2 weeks ago, once the election was called, this was Labor's to lose. And they've taken a very conservative approach, which you kind of have to do in opposition. It's not always advisable to not advocate any change, which is perhaps where they've gone a little too far. But they certainly couldn't do what Bill Shorten did last time and kind of play to that middle class kind of toffee type Labor. They had to get kind of back to the working class roots. I think Albo had done that pretty well over the last few years, but the gaffes over the first couple of weeks have been, a bit hard to cop. I think the level of distrust in Scott Morrison is well and truly there. I think the ground is fertile enough for a change of government. My concern at the moment, if you're a Labor fan, is that Scott Morrison is such a significant, better campaigner that anyone Labor's got. And he will fight dirty. He'll fight nasty. That's how the coalition win elections, dating back a long, long way, and has proven a successful formula. And one thing we just have to realise here is that regardless of what you might read in the Age or the Sydney Morning Herald or see on the ABC, the coalition is the government of choice in Australia. The coalition have been the government for a strong majority over the last since World War II, really. So. Other than some notable stretches for Labor. So you're going to need a charismatic Labor leader. I think you've got it. I think you need a Labor leader who is for the working class. I think you've got it. I think you need fertile ground for change. That you've got it. I think the only concern really for Labor is have they got the killer instinct to kind of fight dirty and beat Scott Morrison and beat a pretty down and dirty coalition in the kind of heavy throes of an election campaign. So I think Labor are valued at $1.80 at the moment, but I wouldn't be putting a huge sum of cash on it. With elections, momentum is super important. The momentum over the first 2 weeks has undoubtedly been with Morrison and the Libs. So we'll see how that plays out, whether it's gone too far, but the real crux of it will be we'll break down seat by seat and see where it goes. You can have a swing of 4 or 5% across the board. If it's not happening in the right places, it doesn't mean anything.
All right, so you're just going to be head down, ass up. When Tristan starts to load these markets over the next couple of days, you'll be burning the midnight oil and hunting for the value across all those 151 seats. I don't know how you sleep. It's absolutely incredible. So to get on board with this one, you need an account with Top Sport. So you sign up with Top Sport. That's for AML purposes. So we don't handle any of the cash. You sign up with Top Sport, it stays there. And the best thing is, as soon as we result the Punters Club, it'll just go bang straight into your account. So there's no mucking around with any bank accounts, no delays. As soon as the seats are tallied up, the majority of seats will be known election night, with some spilling over to Sunday, and there'll be a couple of stragglers if we've bet into those markets over the next couple of days. So it'll be as fast as we can make it, and people that have been in our past Punters Clubs will see how easy it is. And the best thing is, we've got the brand new app, so you can head to the Android or Google store. We've got all the bugs out, so the bank's in real time, your share price is in real time, you get the push notifications in real time as well. So as soon as Top Rope pushes the button and he's had the bet, you'll have the notification on your phone, 1, 2, 3 seconds, and bang, it's landed in your lap. So you can bet more at a bookmaker with like Top Sport, or you can hunt around and try and pick off the bookies that are asleep at the wheel at the places. So it's going to be an absolute bonanza. So $50 the minimum entry to, I guess, have a look if you just want to see the tips and do your own action. If you want to chip up and throw in $1,000 per account, you can also do that too with Top Sport. So head to littlebirdie.tv and register there. We just need your email address and some details there, and then download the app from the App Store, and then that way you can follow it all on your phone. But the best thing is, once you sign up to the Politics Punters Club and get the, I guess, the ball ache of joining Little Birdie out of the way, we're going to open up some AFL, some NRL. We've got the Bull coming up, so it's a good little crash course to whet your appetite and get sorted. So once you sign up once, it's a seamless process. You just head to the My Accounts and Benefits section and you deposit with Top Sport, and then you can be in any of our weekly Punters Clubs. So it's going to be an absolute pleasure to watch Top Rope just go through his paces here. I can remember the Beijing Olympics. We had hundreds of people chime into that, and I think they got a healthy return of 13%. So who knows what they did elsewhere, but there's definitely good action to be had on these politics markets. And as we said, there's no automation. All of these AFL, NRL, and horse racing markets, they use scrapers and robots to assist them. But here they've got so many markets to manage. Sometimes it's the apprentice, or there's a trader that can't work around the clock. And I'll tell you what, our man Top Rope, he'll be sniping and doing as much damage as he can to Top Sport to get a really good return. So it's going to be really exciting. It's going to close in terms of buying on the 26th of April. So that's next Tuesday. And then we'll be betting all up until the 21st of May, when everyone casts their votes, and then we pay out as soon as we've got all the results in the seats that we've bet in. But Top Rope, can't wait to see this. And Little Birdie tells me that you used to work as an advisor to a politician.
Yeah, that was many years ago, a couple of decades ago. It's before I got into gambling. Was an advisor to a politician in the ACT Parliament. Did that for 3 years. So that was really cut the teeth there as well. Was a Liberal who defected and became an independent. So we got plenty across our desk there, and she was part of the balance of power. So very fun times. You certainly don't want to put the balance of power in the hands of old Top Rope Tedeschi. So dangerous days. But the ACT is still there. Good luck to it. So all's a bit of fun. But look, you want to get involved in this. It's going to be not only a nice little money spin, we hope, but it's going to be great fun. So look, you get 3 days of tour up in New South Wales. I'm sure it's the same across Australia this week. Go nuts at the tour, make your cash there, get it into the Little Birdie account, get into Top Sport, and we'll be away. It's going to be absolutely unreal.
It's going to be frantic. And fingers crossed, if we can, let's say if we can get 50K in the betting bank to kick us off, anywhere north of 50K, it'd be good to get a couple of 100,000 and smash the markets around completely. But we'll put a little stream on if there's enough interest, and we'll put it out to a vote for the punters. If they're bored, absolutely senseless on election night, we might do a couple of hour stream and get Top Rope to go through the markets and talk about what's happening on the 21st of May. So I think we've got a clear window that night. So we might even do a little Birdie election live stream if the powers that be can get it sorted. So fingers crossed we can get that happening, and fingers crossed we can get a really good return for the Punters Club as well. But I think that's enough for us. It's over to you guys at home. Head to littlebirdie.tv, sign up and deposit through TopSport. We've got an email that'll chase up this video, so make sure you're on our mailing list or jump in our Discord channel for more info. And we can't wait to let the betting begin next Tuesday night. Thanks, Top Rope.
Thanks, Scooty. Look forward to it.
Can't wait.